If you're still clinging to job security in 2025, you're already behind. AI isn't coming here someday. It's here right now. And those who see what it can do and are taking advantage of it are going to reap the rewards. You can do that. And I'm going to show you in this video how others are being laid off. Literally, thousands of people are being laid off right now in many different areas. We're going to cover the facts on that, the evidence, and take a look at what you can do and what others are doing right now that you could take, make it more like you and what works for you, and come in with it. And you will be able to see how this is going to work. Hi, I'm Terry Brock, and I'm with Stark Raving Entrepreneurs. Along with my partner, Gina Carr, we help entrepreneurs and people who want to become entrepreneurs to find out what they can do using a lot of AI, like, ChatGPT and Perplexity. We're using Cast Magic. We're using Taja, great little tool, Taja, and many others. Sometimes tools that others might not have heard of, to give you a competitive advantage. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at what is happening right now in the world of technology and with the world of AI. And one matter of fact, let's just get right to it here. What we want to talk about is AI, employment, and the rise of the entrepreneurial mindset. Very, very important on this, because right now we're seeing some massive shifts that are occurring across many different areas and within the workforce and working with AI right now in 2025. AI adoption is transforming how we work. It's not just something that seems nice or kind of cute as it was long, long ago, like 6 months ago with AI. I mean, it's changing that fast. It's now something that is so powerful, you do not want to be left behind at all. You want to make sure that you're right there with it, on top of it. As a matter of fact, we've got something for you here. In case you can't make it through all of this video, this is something that you're going to be able to use right away. It's a tool that we have put together, and it gives you the ability to start using AI and get into it. This is something we're updating regularly, and you can grab hold of it. Just make a note of this real quickly. If you're listening to this on audio, http://AItools4biz.com. That's AI tools, the number 4, biz.com. And if you're watching this on video, we've got a QR code there. I know you got your phone with you, and you can go ahead and grab it that way. But this is going to help you to make sure that you get what you need and get ahead of the game with it. We want to start out, first of all, with an executive summary, the kind of things that are going to help you to get ahead in what you need to know. Because when we look at it right now, we're seeing a corporate transformation. Corporations are changing. Right now, major corporations like Amazon, like Microsoft, like many others also, are reducing their headcount while boosting productivity and revenue. They're doing this at the same time. Some people are going, well, that shouldn't be. They shouldn't do that. Well, businesses are in the market to make money, to make a profit. And when they don't do that, then they suffer and people get laid off. When people realize, okay, we've got to look out for ourselves. This is not in an ugly way. It's just the way the world works. Hey, nobody breathes for you but you. No one eats for you unless you're in your mother's womb, but you've got to do this. And so what we're doing now is we're saying, okay, corporations are doing this, but rather than complain about it, what can we do to adapt and to get ahead? We look at some of the new metrics that are out there. Revenue per employee, that's one you want to write down, is now prioritized over headcount growth. Before, it was how many people do you have? Hey, do you have this many? And they'd fight over, well, I have this many people working for me. Oh, I have this many now. And even though a little bit of that still exists, it is fading. Right now, what people want is the idea of having revenue per employee. They want to make sure they get a lot of more juice out of the people that are there. Matter of fact, saying the people who are with us, are they working hard enough? Yeah, that's what they're doing. And AI replacement. Yes, we've heard about it, and AI agents are replacing roles in middle management, customer service, and in HR, human resources. We're seeing this happen right now. But the good news is there's a way to get around that, a way to make your life even better. And it's something that's, well, pretty revolutionary. Let's take a look at some of these things here. Right now, the landscape is changing. Our traditional model is fading away. It is not the 1950s anymore, okay? It's not the 1970s. Richard Nixon is no longer president, okay? Sorry. Attrition and delayering, there's an interesting term, delayering are replacing traditional mass layoffs. Job security no longer guaranteed. Many places that people thought, hey, I'll always have a nice job here. I'm with this. I remember I grew up in Michigan in the auto industry. My father worked in the auto industry. I worked in the auto industry for a while I was working my way through undergraduate school. And people would say, hey, if you got a job with General Motors, and we'd often wink, wink, say Generous Motors, that you would have a job forever. And many people did that. They went right through. My father got a job with Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company, worked there until he had a physical disability and needed to leave. He did. Goodyear took good care of him. I worked for Goodyear a while when I was working my way through undergraduate school. But those days are gone. It's over. And now it's a different world, and we've got to adapt to that different world. Solo entrepreneurs are the keys right now. Lean startups are thriving with minimal staff and with smart automation. You can embrace this right now. I'm going to tell you how you can do it. And as we take a look at today's news, here's some things that are happening. This is not just Terry talking to you here. No, this is what we're seeing in the news. I'm reading here from the Wall Street Journal. I was reading this morning. I saw these ideas and the articles and the news that were there. And I thought, hey, this is something really important. Look at the kind of things that are happening now. And I'm taking this directly from the Wall Street Journal, looking at articles like the biggest companies across America are cutting their workforce. It isn't just Amazon. Amazon, yes, they're doing it. And there's a growing belief that having too many employees will slow a company down. Whoa, Nelly. And that anyone still on the payroll could be working harder. So in other words, you're out there working, they're kind of looking at you saying, are you working hard enough, or are they slacking off on the job? Because some people are. And now is the time, we've got to get stronger and better than ever. Look at this also. Microsoft plans to cut thousands more employees. Amazon CEO says AI will lead to smaller workforce. We're hearing this over and over, all of them laying off people, and not only there in the high tech, but also Procter & Gamble to cut 7,000 jobs. And when that happens, yes, that is hard. And we feel for those people who have lost jobs or are concerned that they might. That's why I'm putting this video together. I want to help you in a very positive, realistic way, not just pumping our fist in the air, rah, rah kind of nonsense, but rather saying, here's what you can do. Here's where we're seeing a real change and how things are starting to move in the right direction. We're seeing that this is going to happen and we can do it. Well, as has been throughout the centuries, the future belongs to those who adapt, create, and collaborate. That is important. Write those words down. Adapt, create, and collaborate. Success in the AI area requires new approaches. Now, we've seen this work before, and now what we're doing is we are adapting. We are creating new using the AI tools like ChatGPT, like, have you seen Perplexity and Labs? Ooh, that's a cool one. I'll show you a video at the end. You want to see it. It is dramatically changing research and writing and putting together formal presentations in a powerful way. And for $20 a month, you get this thing. It's amazing. And not everybody knows about it. But I'm going to show you a video at the end that I put together just a few days ago that you can use and work with that. Some real good things happening. What you've got to do, accept reality and adapt like a stoic. Recognize that AI is not coming, it's here right now. And you got to read the trends and adjust your path without complaint. If you complain, what good is that going to do? Just, oh, they don't like me. Oh, my boss is terrible. Well, if you don't like it, you don't like him or her. And a lot of bosses can be like that. I had some, weren't good. So figured out how to move. Couldn't do it always immediately, but I got better, learned certain skills, and get out there on my own doing what I want. You got to focus on what is rather than what should be. And we'll put the should be in air quotes saying, okay, yeah, that's what we got to do. But you see, that's the key. That's what we've got to do and always be able to, as the United States Marine Corps says, to improvise, adapt, and overcome. Our world is changing rapidly. AI is a major force, kind of like the internet. Is the internet good or is the internet bad? I remember way back in the early 90s, people were saying, oh, it's bad, it's terrible, this will be bad, etc. Others were saying it's good. And guess what? Both were right, and both are right now when they talk about AI having good side and bad side. There's others. I was in a seminar I was teaching to some folks up in, I do a lot of presentations, they're up in the Chicago area, and talking about how you can use AI. And one precious lady was saying she was very concerned about AI and hurting the environment and taking our energy. And I thought, I understand. Hey, I like to breathe air. Everyone I know does. And we want clean water and we want a clean environment. And if AI is hurting that, yeah, we have a right to be concerned. But we need to look at it more in depth and not just take what one or two sources tell us, but we've got to look at what's going on in reality and make sure that we are embracing the good. And I think that's what we're going to be able to do in many different ways here. We can do that and really get a lot done. Well, you want to learn some key AI tools. Let me give you some right now that we're finding work with our Stark Raving Entrepreneurs, and we're using also. ChatGPT is one that we all have heard about, or most all have. If you haven't, I'd recommend get out there and take a look at it. You want to master conversational AI for content creation and problem solving. This is a wonderful little tool from the good folks over at OpenAI that have given us this tool to use. We talk about it in Stark Raving Entrepreneurs a lot and show you exactly how to use it to solve problems, to make decisions. You can have it as a buddy helping you go back and forth. Yeah, but what about this? Well, here's an option. Oh, we might try this one instead. That kind of decision making from a good friend. That's ChatGPT. And more than that, also, it can create pictures for you legally, and you can use it. Real handy. Here's one of my favorites, Perplexity. Perplexity is a tool that gives you the ability to do much of what ChatGPT will do and even more. I use them together, not one over the other. You can use AI-powered research at a PhD dissertation level to get the job done. Stay informed and competitive. And here's one of my all-time favorites. We are just in love with this one, called Taja. You can repurpose the daylights out of your content. Taja lets you do that very easily, where you just say, get this, and it goes out and finds what was said on your, say, an interview or something you said on your video, and it finds that that resonates with people who are in audiences like yours. And they'll go, oh, we like that. So because people like that, Taja sees that, puts it out there and repurposes it for you in YouTube Shorts and in blog posts and in LinkedIn posts and in X, formerly Twitter, tweets that you can put out. Well, not tweets, it's a post. So it puts it out there, but it does all of that for you. Then you can schedule it. An amazing little tool that we have done some workshops on, and we'll be doing some more later, but stay in touch with us as we have new things on this to show you how you can do it. Clients that we have that are members of our group are finding tremendous amount of good coming from that. And consider launching a micro business. Now, here's something I want you to really think about. If you're in danger of being laid off, you're concerned about that, identify your expertise and then look at what unique value that you can share with others. You say, okay, that's something I do. I like doing it. I know I can help people with it, and you want to do it. And then choose your format. You want to look at, is it YouTube that's going to work for you? Maybe a podcast, coaching, some kind of digital products. These are some of the things that Gina and I sit down with and work with our Stark Raving Entrepreneurs to help find out. Where are your strengths? Where are your weaknesses? And particularly, where are weaknesses that can be strengthened so that they can then become a strength and help you in AI getting just the right message out to the right people who have the time, the money, and the energy to expend their resources with you. You want to look at that. And then also leverage those AI tools. I say you just want to leverage the daylights out of those things and use AI to scale your efforts efficiently. If you do that, it's helping you to get more done effectively and efficiently. Both of those are important. And then here's something real important is a matter of really we've got to have today, and that is build a community. A community gives you the ability to have other people who are smart, who think like you do in many different ways, and you help each other. That's what we're doing at Stark Raving Entrepreneurs, where we're helping people that come in. We often say people come in for the content because they want to learn about the latest tools, the latest development. Hey, there was something last week that happened, and we share it in what we call Terry's Tantalizing Tech Tips that I get to do every week. It's kind of fun. Put that in there and we do that. But the community is so important. You need a community because you can't do it all on your own. Make sure that you find a good community that can work with you. We at Stark Raving Entrepreneurs might be the community for you. And if you want to take a look at it, we'd appreciate that. But you want to make sure that you get that community and work with it and support it. Join or even form your own network if you want. You want to connect with like-minded entrepreneurs in communities like our own Stark Raving Entrepreneurs so we can help you and others can. When you're there, you're going to learn how to share ideas, get feedback, grow together, and those communities will prove stability. Or they also prove it too, but they'll provide the stability and success that you need. This is what you want to do as you're moving. And ours is right here, Stark Raving Entrepreneurs. If you go to starkravingentrepreneurs.com, you'll be able to see it. And for those of you catching this on video, you can just scan that QR code and it'll take you right over there so you can get the information on what's involved and how it can work for you. This is something that whatever you do, if you find something else is better for you, find a community or even better, communities, plural, that you can get into. One group might be real good in this area, another group better in that other area. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you can do that in the right way. Matter of fact, I was just noticing here on the video, I gotta go over here, we're keeping it real here. I was covering up a little bit of that QR code. So if you were taking the QR code and Terry had his big fat head in the way, that would be me. You want to go ahead and do that again. So the Scan Me is there. You can jump into it and make sure you get the kind of information that you need. And we want to help you on that. And then here's some really good stuff that's going on. You want to learn how to repurpose and how to monetize. There's some ways that you can do that. And I want to show you what's available. First of all, you create once, like you might record a video or you might record an audio, and then you turn it into text, or you take the transcript that's there, or you write something and then you think, hey, this is a good piece that I just wrote. Let me make some further comments on it and do a video on it. So you just grab it. Here's something. It's called Reel Mode in YouTube today. That's the real thing to do. You don't have to have all the flashing lights and the graphics and all that. I'm doing that right now using Keynote for my MacBook Pro, using Keynote to show you what's there. We also use some other tools like Gamma to work with it. Gamma is a great little tool for that. But I'm bringing these in, and you can create that and then repurpose it easily. It helps to build your audience with more people who like you, people that will be on different platforms, and it's easier for you. You don't have to keep creating. So create it once and let that be a primary source of content. Then you want to repurpose it. This is something we're real big on, repurposing and turning it around. Turn one piece into multiple formats. You want to make sure that you're getting those in different ways, different areas, so that you can then say, okay, we did this that way. Now we're going to do this one another way and move it around. So we can move around, get a lot more done in different ways. And then you want to monetize. Monetize and generate income from various channels. People that are on, say, LinkedIn, usually tend to be a different audience than you would find over on, say, TikTok or on Instagram. Now, yes, there's some overlap that will be there, but you want to be able to draw from many different platforms. And this is something that will give you the ability to get a lot more done. And then here's a real key: automate. Use AI to automate regularly and scale your process. This is what is happening today, and why many companies are laying people off. They realize they can audit it. They automate it. They can make sure that they have robots, AI agents, that will go out and do the job of 10 people. So really, why do they need those 10 people when they can get an agent that'll do it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, no holidays, never complain, never unionize, all of these things that some of us have been involved in. We think, hey, that's scary. Well, this is the world as it is. And you're not going to stop it. You're not going to stop by doing something with legal means and legislation, because people will do it in other countries. And money will go where it's treated best. So you want to make sure that you're on top of what's happening. Well, that means what we want to take a look at is AI and the corporate transformation of how you can do this and what can take place, how you'll do it. They are changing at the corporate level. Matter of fact, 3.5% of white-collar jobs in the U.S. public companies have been cut. They cut 3.5% of them in white-collar workers over the last 3 years. 20% of the shrinking workforce of S&P 500 firms now employ fewer people than they did 10 years ago. This is the fact. This is where it is. People are saying, hey, we're moving beyond this. We're going to make sure that we are in a place where we can make more money. They've got pressure. They need to do it. And you and I need to do that as well. And here's a number that's interesting. 1,000 AI agents are now at Amazon, replacing roles with Alexa, with AWS, that's Amazon Web Services, and beyond. Many people doing this, and this is how our world is changing. You can complain about it, or you can go, okay, I need to learn this AI stuff. I need to learn about Taja. I need to learn about Cast Magic and find out what they can do to help me on that. Because as you look at some things that are very important, like revenue per employee, we're seeing right now that companies like Grindr, yeah, that one over there, I read this in the Wall Street Journal, more than doubled revenue per employee from 1 million to 2 million by using AI. Jolie, Jolie, get this, they are making $50 million a year with 5 employees. Let me hold my hand over here so you can see it. And they're going to take that up to 70 million. Well, excuse me. They're going to hire 2 more employees and planning to take it up to $100 million. This is happening today. People are doing it. And that's the wake-up call for you and me. What you can do is you can step back and complain about what's happening. Or you can say, hey, if other companies like these are doing it, Grindr is doing it, Jolie is doing it, and Moderna is doing it as well. Talk to you about that in a moment. But you are going to see a major transformation in most every business that exists. Now is the time to get the skills with AI so that you can do it. And here, like I was saying, Moderna, they aim to launch 10 products without hiring more people. That means they've got revenue coming in from those products and they don't need to hire anyone else. That is pretty amazing when we see what's going on and how it's working. So what you want to do is don't wait for stability. Don't sit around thinking, oh, I'm going to get my job security. Well, that's no longer part of our world today. I remember growing up with that was something that we talked about in the 50s and the 60s and the 70s, 80s and 90s. It was getting a little bit shaky, but we still had it in some places. And look, even government jobs, people thought, hey, I'll have something forever. They're finding no. With the government budgets being high, the debt being so high, Republicans, Democrats, real Americans are saying, hey, we got to get a little more disciplined here on this. So the job security does not mean you've got a safe job anymore. Relying on just one employer or one skill is increasingly risky. The traditional model of job security is fading. You've got to go a different direction and make sure that you're embracing what is going to work. And a good way to do that is here with our AI Tools for Biz. This is it's free to you. No charge for this. We just want you to get to know us, you see some tools that are out there. We update this on a regular basis. You're going to get a chance to see it. You go over to http://AI Tools for biz.com. And if you're catching on video, we've got the QR code there for you. So you can start tapping into that, see what's available, and see how this works in many different ways, and really make sure that you're maximizing what's happening. Yes, our world is changing today. It's changing in some major ways, and you have an opportunity to seize that new opportunity and to make the most of it. And there's a lot of ways you can do that. Bounce over to starkravingentrepreneurs.com, and you'll see what we have there. And if you like this video, please, we would love it if you would like it, share this, and subscribe. That lets the algorithms know, hey, these folks like good quality videos about entrepreneurship, AI, and getting ahead, live and let live, those kinds of things. It'll help you. And yes, it'll help us, and we'd be greatly appreciative of that. So make sure you get over there, get the AI tools that you need at AIToolsForBiz.com, and there's the QR code, and we've got some more goodies for you as well. Matter of fact, what we want to do is want to give you some tools that can show you how to use that Perplexity Lab. It is a great little tool, and we're going to show it to you right over there. And if you're watching YouTube, you'll be able to see it come up there on the screen, and it'll be something that you can start working with right away. I'm Terry Brock with Stark Raving Entrepreneurs. Really appreciate you joining us, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Leave a comment below and let us know what you would like to see, something you liked or something you didn't like. We look forward to hearing from you. Have a wonderful day and make it a great, wonderful day.